And welcome back to Captain Reviews. So this is episode number 5, and so people post their builds on my Discord page for me to review, and so we're going to do the next 5, so I usually do 5 an episode. So let's go ahead and let's look at my Discord, and we will see the next 5 that we have on here. So let's go ahead and here's my Discord. It's creation view. The link will be in the description if you want to put yours up there to be reviewed. So the first one we have here is the 41M Turan II by Jadron. Next one we have the GBU-24 laser guided bomb. After that we have the Lustre. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, so Benzin can let me know if that's correct. After that we have Chickensaur's SLM-50 Miner. After that, and the final one is going to be the Polaris MRZR D2 by Klepbot. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into the workshop page. So people put a lot of work into their workshop pages, so I want to make sure we go through these. So we're going to start with the 41M Turan II Hungarian medium tank. So let's go through some pictures here, some nice old-timey looking photographs here. 41M Turan II Hungarian medium tank by Jadron. My first attempt at building a tank replica, the choice fell on the Turan II medium tank from my country, Hungary. It was one of our first. It was one our few own tanks used in World War II. I struggle with that sentence. Along, for example, with the Toldi and the, I can't pronounce that, Zrinyi assault gun. It was built after the 40 millimeter, probably? No, 40M, a tank with a 40 millimeter cannon. Makes sense. Hungarians wanted to reach better battle performance by equipping with a larger 75 millimeter main cannon, which was upgraded field cannon from the World War I. Thickening the armor and installing an additional 8 plus 20 millimeter Gerbauer machine gun. The prototype made it to existence in 1942, made it to the Army in 1943, and ended production in 44 with over 309 completed vehicles. Armament: 75 millimeter main cannon, battle cannon, 24 armor piercing, and 4 high explosive ammunition, 20 millimeter coax autocannon, light autocannon, 500 HE, 8 millimeter machine gun 400 incendiary, 7 seats, 1 gunner, 1 radio / commander, 1 driver, 4 padded seats in the exterior. 60 kilometers per hour max, 19 liters. Features semi-auto loading system, shell ejection radio stations, 2 small winches, equipment and weapons, access plus refuel hatches, red and white interior lights. Please don't upload this or upgrade version without permission. Okay, so let's get into this build here. All right. So we'll go ahead and we'll start with that and go on from there. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick look on the outside. Make sure, see if we see any tricks of the trade here. So we have a cool little fuel tank there. Nice detailing. Looks really good. All right, let's go ahead and put it in there. And I'll do another walk around right here. So looks good from the outside. Nice detailing. Nice little, looks like it's dirty. Nice like dirt in the tracks. Really good detailing here. All right, now I need to figure out how to get in this bad, Johnny. So let's go ahead and go up top. Now I see a hinge. It's a hinge there, probably for the gun. Let me see, where are we at here? Compact robotic pivot. Where is a switch? I see something back here. What is that? Access hatch. That's probably for the engine. So let's look at that while we're here. Yep, access hatch for the engine. Okay, so there we go. All right, so we're in. All right, so let's see. This looks like, is this gunner or driver? I can't tell. I'm trying to find all the positions here. Driver, what is this one? That's radio operator, commander, driver. There's some external tanks as well. We have a gunner here. So let's start with this. Space, fire, spotlight. So we have a light on there. That's nice. 2, fire coax. So here's the big gun. So we can raise it up. You can actually see it moving there. So let's kind of look from the outside too. So you can see the large cannon going. And now let's try to aim at something. I'm going to do an exterior shot. And so, let's see, fire. Oh, there we go. It's loading. Okay, what's up here? I probably have to manually load it, I think. Excuse me, I bet I have to load it. There we go. How does one load this? I actually have never, I don't really use these, so let me try to load this. Reload, E. Okay, good. So that's a me issue that I just didn't know what I was doing here. So let's try it. Okay. All right, let me see if I can figure out how to do this. Unload. What's that? Close breach. Okay, there we go. All right, we have a green light now. Okay, so that's a me problem. I just don't play with, I've never played with BattleCam before. Perfect, so that's a nice shot there. It ejects the shell, it looks like. Let's see. Breach is open. It ejected the shell. Yep, the shell disappears. Okay, good. Let's fire off one more. Reload. Close the breach. Green light. Let's lower it down. See it hit? There we go. It hit right before the mountain. I also have my 20 millimeter coax. So that's nice. Control it all from here. So that's cool. I really like that. That's just me having an issue with never have used these before. So have some more rounds over here, rounds all around. So this is nicely designed and pretty cool to operate. So let's go ahead and get in the driver's seat here. Headlights, interior lights, ignition, main breaker, gear shift, decorative. Okay, night mode. I don't know what the night mode does. All right. Let's actually read what we're doing here. So space, fire 8 millimeter. That would probably be this one. Yep. Okay. Parking brake 1. Okay, that shuts the parking brake light off. Gear up. Is 2. All right, gear up 2 again. All right, so nice. Driving well. It's nice and fast. So this is good. I really like the way this operates. I like the detailing there on the exhausts. Look really good. Overall, the design and the look of it are really cool. It's a nice replica build. I really like the design on the tracks here. You can see there's a lot of good detailing on the track design there. It actually looks like, you know, all these components are helping it, you know, operate. So that's really good. Steers well. You know, simple WASD controls. That's really nice. It has winches. Let's go ahead and stop it. Let's go ahead and jump in this seat. So this is my radio and commander seat. So we have channel on the radio, push to talk buzzer. That's the monitor. I assume that's going wherever this is looking. It looks as well. So let's just move this and see. So if I look over here, do I get the same picture down here? I probably do. Yep, I do. So this just is the commander seat. They can follow what that's doing. So it's a really cool model. I like this a lot. Here are all our cannons and ammo and everything. This works really well. I like the shells remaining. It's got a counter on there. So it's really cool. I like this. What does this button do? Lock hatch. So that just keeps it from people coming in when you are in the middle of a battle. So I really like that. That's a really awesome build. Thanks for posting that. I enjoyed working with that. All right, let's go ahead to our next one here. So the next one is going to be, we're actually going to skip that for now. Let's go to the miner here. So this is the SLM-50 mining vehicle. So let's go through the pictures. All right, looks really cool. It's nice to have a compact miner. Dump right into the back of his dump truck that I've already reviewed. Very nice, very nice. Let's go down. It's from Chickensaur. Let's see. RUC Performance First, introducing the self-loading miner platform, is the SLM-50 Rooster's first look into the world of mining apparatuses. A relatively small but very capable mining vehicle capable of storing ore and overloading into trucks. Specifications: spinning its drill at 2.5 RPS, it mines an entire node of ore in about 75 seconds, while mining it consumes 0.7 liters per second of diesel, holds 351 minerals, powered by a 4-cylinder 3x3 engine. It's approximately a 900-liter tank, is good for about 20 minutes of mining. Top speed, 30 kilometers an hour. Operation, startup. Starting the vehicle is very simple. There's a push button on the dash. The engine will take a couple seconds to fire up. Driving the vehicle is packed with WASD drive, no shifting needed. The engine RPS is largely constant, and driving is done through manipulation of the clutch. The vehicle goes slowest while mining and fastest while in transportation. Gear is activated. Drilling. The drill is attached with activated with hotkey 1. Has a few conditions that must be met for activation. If conditions not met, you'll hear a warning chime and the drill will not start. The vehicle must be in operation mode, not in travel gear. The hoppers must not be full, and the engine must be running. So that's nice. It sounds like it shuts down the drill when the hoppers are full, which is good. So you don't have to, you could even leave it and then you wouldn't be wasting ore. And the engine must be running. Once the hoppers are full, the drill will shut itself down. Beacons. There are 2 multifunction beacons on the SLM-50, one on the roof of the cabin and one on the overloading arm. They will change their pattern and color depending on their situation. Overload beacon, amber. Overload, blinking. Overloader is active and there is ore in the hoppers. Solid, not applicable. Green, overloader is active and the hoppers are empty. Overloader is not active and the hoppers are full and solid. Roof beacon, blinking. Amber, not applicable. Solid, travel gear is active. Red, drill is operating, and solid is not active or not applicable. Lustre Utility Company. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at this here. And so we will go and bring this out. I'm not going to go mine a node. Just no need to really transport that up there. We can kind of see how it operates here. So let's go ahead and jump in. So we'll do a quick little walk around here. Didn't see anything really in the workbench that was tricky. It's nice to have a kind of an all-in-one. Makes it a little bit easier, fewer steps. I've been enjoying my method of just having a couple vehicles, but this is nice and convenient, and I think a little bit more approachable. You know, especially if you're by yourself. Circuit breakers on. Push button on off. Override parking brake, disable backup alarm. Okay, those are good in case I don't want to hear the backup alarm. Steering AD, drive WS. 1, toggle drill. 2, turns on the overload pipe. 3 is transport speed. 4 is headlights. And 5 is overload light. So we'll keep that on for now. Let's go ahead and drive. All right, so it's nice and smooth. It's articulated, which I like. Makes it nice and convenient and easy to move. All right, let's see. Where are we at here? Transport speed. So we go 3. We get that amber light. The drill bit, if you notice, tipped up, so it's less likely to hit the ground. As we transfer, we're going a little bit faster. So for a second here, we'll just pretend we're going to mine. So we'll go ahead and we'll stop. We have our reverse lights, so it's single operation. We get red lights. So right now I'm holding the W key. I like this system. So right now I'm holding the W key, and we're not going forward. I dislike it when you have to, when it automatically puts you forward. So if I let go of W, I bet I can go forward. Yep. And then if I press S, I get brakes, and it doesn't go right into reverse until I let go and go backwards. That's a really slick system. That's better, in my opinion, than just having it go forward, back. I like that system. So let's go ahead and let's go to transport speed. We'll press transport speed again. That brings it into mining mode. Personally, nomenclature-wise, I would just do transport/drilling, and that would kind of tell you that it's the toggle between. But that's, I think everybody would get it. But just a little nomenclature thought on my part. Toggle the drill. As you see, it automatically goes down, starts drilling. All right, so you can imagine we're drilling here. We have that blinking red light indicating that. Not going to be able to over tip anyway, just because we don't have any ore in there. But compress that. As you can see, the light comes on. We can go verify the funnel is open. See, funnel is open, so that would be tipping into a receptacle, whether it be a ground receptacle or if you had his truck or another truck. So really like this. It has a fire extinguisher in there. Has a welding torch over here, which is very convenient for when you have the inevitable damage. Engine temp, battery, hoppers. Of course, it's 0 in our drilling. Transport mode, so let me slam it into transport mode. Drill stops automatically. It shows us transport mode. That's nice. Speed comes up. Fuel in liters, RPS. Again, he said it was constant RPS. You're actually manipulating the clutches. That's the on-off button. Again, override parking brake and disable backup alarm. So really slick. I like this. Let's go headlights. So we haven't done headlights yet. So 4, a couple spots in the front. It's nice. It also turns on, and you see side markers and running lights. So as you can see, it does multi-function brake lights. I like that. That's how I do it on my T-test stuff is, you know, it's either bright for brake or it's running lights of dim. So really cool. 5 is overloader light. So we have a little work light that shines over the trailer so we can kind of see where we're dumping. So I really like this. This is nice and compact and convenient, and it's really easy to transport. It's very user-friendly to drive. I like this a lot. So this is a fun build. So good job, Chickensaur, on that. So let's go ahead to the next one here. So we'll go back to the workbench. All right, so let's go ahead and we will look at the next one here. Let me find where I'm at here. I'm trying to do them in a certain order because some of them are land vehicles and some are not. So, all right, so our next one here is going to be the Polaris MRZR D2. Let's go through some pictures. So it's loading onto helicopter Chinook style. I've tested out one of these little trucks. It's by Klepbot. Overview: the MRZR D2 is an ultralight utility tactical vehicle designed and built by Polaris Defense, a division of Polaris Industries, to meet the ultralight mobility needs of infantry and special operations forces. It can transport a payload of 500 kilograms along with 2 crew, driver, and passenger. Due to its lightweight, it can be inserted behind enemy lines via helicopter or easily transported via cargo aircraft. Combining high speed with off-road agility, the MRZR line of vehicles is a great option for covert missions in enemy territory. Specs: mass 360, top speed 60 miles per hour, fuel 220 liters, 3-cylinder modular turbo diesel. Transmission CVT WASD control, drivetrain 4-wheel drive. Length 3.5 meters, width 1.75 meters, spare tire excluded. Height 2 meters. Operation: ignition switch on, release parking brake, WASD to drive. So another very approachable. Equipment: 10 meters winch, driver operated fire extinguisher, repair torch, map screen, IR illuminator, driver NVG HUD, assorted first person equipment. Warning: driving full speed over rough terrain may result in damage, injury, or death. Drive responsibly. Compatible with Stormlink, so the seats are numbered. Credit: ECU transmission is Year and Wind. Map is Bunu. And again, this is from Klepbot. So let's go ahead and we will take this for a run. All right, so let's find it here. There we go. All right, so let's look at it in here. So I drove its bigger brother that had more seating. This is nice and compact. You can carry this via helicopter, so that is nice. As you can see, the dash folds down. That's one of the reasons I like to look at it in the editor, is you can kind of see that, the workbench. All right, so let's go ahead and do a quick walk around. Nice and compact. Detailing is really good. I like these speckled reflector/lights. Looks like it has a pintle for trailers. Exposed engine there. Very cool. Some good XML work on the piping. Let's see. Let's go ahead. We have ignition on. All right, so we're up and started. Space is handbrake. We have a nice, I like this green map. This is kind of cool. Fuel level, this just says dial, so I'm assuming that's speedo, temp, in degrees Celsius. Fire extinguisher, repair torch, binocs, and there's something behind my seat, I'm not sure. So let's go ahead and start driving. Did I turn the brake on? Okay, let me just check some other stuff here. Let me double check the release parking brake. I press space. Press space again. Let me check it. See if I can actually access the suspension. So brake is false. Variable brake is at 100%. Okay. So let's see. Ignition on. Press space again. Let's check that, see if it takes the brake off. Nope. Still has variable brake at 1. So So it very well could be something I'm doing. Release parking brake. Okay. Okay, so it looks like handbrake must be the red parking brake, and then that one is a separate one. I couldn't see because my arm was in the way. Also a flashlight there. Okay, so we're good. We're up and running. So here we go. Automatic CVT. So let's just we'll dance around here. Nice and stable. I'm kind of doing some hard turns here. See if I can go over this gap. Oh, I figured that gap was going to be probably pretty ugly. So it's not any of its fault that it didn't make it over that. I kind of expected that would probably stop it dead in its tracks. Let's go around and we'll jump over it instead. So we have 1 and 2 are winch out in. There we go. And then we have 3 as our night vision HUD. So we saw this last time. So let's go ahead and we'll click it right into night. And then we'll press 3. So that's nice and convenient. Make it a little bit easier to see. Okay, very cool. Visible headlights. So we don't want that on with night vision. We would probably want these IR headlights. There we go. So IR headlights, we can shut off our night vision with 3, put on our visible headlights. I like this map at night. It's nice, good color for visibility. Very cool. Let's go ahead back to day. So very cool little, military vehicle here. Very nice. It's nice that it fits in helicopters and go back. Maneuverable and quick and easy. Very approachable. It just you just don't need to be a bonehead like me, and make sure you put the parking brake off. So yep, that's looks really good. The only thing I would do is I would just label this. You said in there it's miles per hour, so I assume this is speedometer, but I tend to like to put that, just makes it a little bit easier, but that's kind of the assumed. I would assume that that's it. But really good vehicle. Really enjoy it. Detailing's excellent. It's nice and compact, very stable. I can kind of slam it left and right, and it doesn't roll at all. So that's really, really nice, really cool vehicle. All right, so let's go ahead to the next one. All right, so we're probably going to have to move here. Yep, we're going to have to move. So let's go ahead and we will move for the moment. So let's go ahead and we need to get to the water. So let's go over here to the water. All right, so the next one up is we have a water vehicle. So let's go ahead and I will bring up the workshop page. So next one here is going to be the Lustre, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, industrial tugboat. So let's look at the pics. Nice old-timey looking tugboat, very cool. I love a tugboat. Pulling barges. Mess kitchen. Engine room, very cool. Benzin Industries tug pack. From Benzin, of course. Lustre Industries tugboat. Lustre is, I'm going to say it both ways. That way, if one's wrong, the other one hopefully will be right. Is designed for heavy and constant work. Vessel is capable of providing assistance to big ships in terms of maneuverability, firefighting, and even supplying. Lustre is also very capable of transporting barges all around map thanks to its powerful 3 huge engines. Jotun Shipyards Industries Discord link. So that's for JSI. Benzin Discord link, his personal server. 360-degree bow and stern thrusters. Okay, that's cool. That will help with this maneuvering. Hydraulic rubber front bumper. As you can see, it shock absorption there on this front bumper to help in case you slam into the dock or if you push into barges. Features tow and emergency modes providing extra torque or RPS. 360-degree capable thrusters. Hydraulic front rubber bumper for gentle pushing, radar, map, water cannon, and onboard fire hydrants. H-bit, bull nose, and other sweet tugboat stuff. Accommodations. Sleeps 4, head and shower, comfy galley, barges. These are the barges you can see in there. Please do not modify or re-upload the vehicle. Okay, good. So let's go ahead and we will load this in and take a look. And sometimes it doesn't want to put them where I can easily find them, so I have to find them. All right, did you not? There it is. Okay. I definitely downloaded it. Let's check though, and I don't want to drop it in the water, so let's place it in the water. And we'll look at it in here before we dump. So there's that front bumper. So as you can see, connected there. As you see, the section moves. Good detail in here. Have your depth gauges there. What is this? So these are our thrusters here. So a couple smalls there, thrusters there. So bow and stern thrusters, single stern screw. And we have what is that? That's fins just to give us extra maneuverability. Nice detail in here. Good color scheme as usual. Benzin's color schemes are very good usually. Really nice work here. Good detailing on the winch. So let's go ahead and I'm going to drop it in the water. And that way it doesn't splash down. Spawn it in and we'll go check it. A little bit bigger of a build, so we'll take our time and kind of go through it. So, oh, that is always on, huh? Ship player damage off. Okay, so let's we'll go bow to stern here. So we have ropes and cables, some simulated bits to go through, more rope there, winch out and in there. I like having I do that as well. Sometimes have things like train wheels on there or track wheels rather, to spin to kind of simulate that. This would probably work if I attached a rope. Let me see. I might need to power it up too. Yep, as you can see. So these might be stationary. So we'll keep looking around before I go up in any of these hatches, but just kind of looking inside. Some little access hatches there. Have some supplies here. More supplies. Nice deck lighting. I like the deck lighting details with the piping. Have our stern winch here. Right there is the access. Have lockers for all of our ropes. Lots and lots of ropes. One of our firefighting stations here. Firefighter hydrants as labeled. Let's go ahead and back up here. We have our stack, rear stack. That's a nice detailed ladder there, so we can get up here to service the top. Firefighting nozzle there. Let's go ahead in the back, on the bridge rather. All right, so I like the big square windows, kind of that old school design. Map is on, radar is on, bearing monitor is on. So let's go ahead and we can move via these. As you can see where we're at here, the channel. You can zoom out, zoom in. Very nice. All right, have our radar there. Bilge, some more gear, equipment. We'll go down there in a second. Electric circuit breaker, let's go ahead and turn that on. What's this? Transponder, wheelhouse, dome light. Lock ship, I don't want to do that. Let's see, speakers, that was one of our access hatches we could see from the front. Bunch of torches, we'll do that in a moment. Compass, the amount of diesel we have. Let's go through the gauge real quick. Compass sensor and ball. Towing mode, emergency mode, instrument lights, deck lights, spotlights, nav lights. RPS 1, 2, and 3. Transponder locator, temp 1, 2, and 3. Emergency mode, increase horsepower, lowers torque, fuel pumps, halt engines, hold heading. Tow mode, increases torque, starter. And then we have 1 degree left, 1 degree right. So minor steering, I imagine. Helm, clutch, and throttle, reverse, and activate water cannon. Let's go ahead and we'll do a walk through the rest of the ship before we start it up. So we're in the galley kitchen. Again, we could see this from in front there. Microwave, fridge, looks like a griddle top. Sink, nice detailing in here. Really good paint jobs in here. Nice cozy place to sit. Really good detailing with the paint there. Electric circuit breaker. I'm just turning everything on just because I don't know what it does. I want to make sure I have them functional in case we need to press something. So going down here into the engineering section. So let's go towards the front first. So we have 2 sets of bunk beds and a little place to hide one's Arctic clothing there. Have a head in here. So, oh, this is nice and compact. I like the shower. This is a really cool shower design. The old triangular toilet is cool. I like the sink. That's really nice. Nice detailing with pipes and everything else. Really nice and compact, yet it holds a lot. Some lockers. The lockers look really good. What are you in here? Oh, that's just logic and whatnots. Yep, logic and whatnots in there. Okay. Just kind of some hidden stuff in there. Lights, heater. You want it to heat oneself. That's nice and cool. Lots of stuff up here. What's up here? Okay, more gear up here. What are you in here? Okay. Kind of enclosed space there. Maybe a chain locker. Lights there. Another access there. Lots of equipment in here. Very cool. Oh, fell off. Let's get back up here. All right, let's go up the front. All right, so back here you can see your engines, your workings, all of your stuff going out to your rear screw. A little bit of a, another dangerous enclosed space where one could suffocate. Very cool. Let's go down here. And let's go, and we have the front of our engine. So we have bilge, activate bilge pump, opens all lower deck doors. All right, have our engines in here. All right, so we have our 3 standard engines. All right, good. So let's get up top, and let's do a little bit of maneuvering. All right, see if I can get out of this sucker. All right. I try to shut all my doors. All right, let's go ahead. Activate water cannon. Let's do that first. And then, as you can see, that's going. Grab the helm. Water cannon is left and right. Let's see. Water cannon increase distance is 5. So we can push it out. Here, I'm trying to get where I can see it. You can see it's pushing out. 6 will go in. Up 6 is horn. Okay, let's go ahead and shut that water cannon back off. All right, let's grab back onto here. Let's see. Steering AD, WS is throttle. Left, right is water cannon, left, right. Up, down is clutch. Space is reverse. 1 is bow port thruster. 2 is stern port thruster. 3 is bow starboard. 4 is stern starboard. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else we need. Instrument lights, nav lights, deck light spots. We'll look at it at night too. Fuel pump. Hold heading. Okay, so this knots. Yep. That's throttle and clutch we can control via the steering wheel as well. So let's start up. So we're started. Okay. So let's look at outside with the all lit up. Let's go to night just so we can see it with all the lights on. So it looks really, really good. Again, detailing's great. Nav lights are excellent. Yep, really like the way it looks. Everything looks good on it. Paint scheme is excellent. Let's go ahead and we'll go back to day. It'll be a little easier to see here if I could press the right button. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll kill some of these lights here. Decks and spots we can take off. All right, so let's go ahead and let's bring up our H menu, and we'll see what we have here. So we have WS's throttle. So we're going to increase our throttle. And then my engines are off now. Okay, the throttle's down too much. All right, and then so I can use up-down for my clutch. So that's 0 clutch. It's full clutch. So it's top speed about 30-something knots. Okay. Just gonna decrease my throttle here some. All right, so let's kind of do some maneuvering. Let's get down to like a realistic maneuvering speed. So let's get down on around 3 knots, something like that. All right, so I want to go port on my bow thruster and starboard on my stern thruster. So that's 1-4. 1-4 should give me a left rotation. Theoretically, let me look. I'm trying to see if I can see those propellers. So they're turning. Let me make sure I'm doing it right. All right, bow port thruster. Okay, so maybe I have to do 1-2 for translation. Let me try. Just have to get used to it here, I think. So we're pushing this side. What am I doing on this side? I do not see what I'm doing here. They're right there. I don't see them moving. Let me check them. Okay, so these are moving. Let me steer as well. Do A key. Okay, so A key, I'm starting to steer a little bit better here. Let me see if I can just do thrusters. So let me go ahead and bring the clutch down. Now let's try doing maneuvering now. So let's go bow port thruster. Okay, so I'm pressing 1, which is the bow port thruster. That is, looks like it's pulling on this side, yep, and it's pushing on that side. So 1 is kind of rotating me right. Let's do stern port thruster. Okay, so 1 and 2 at the same time is translating me right, it looks like. We just do 2. Okay, let's do 3, bow starboard thruster. That's going to push me around this way. And let's do stern starboard thruster, and that should translate me to the left. All right, let's keep 3 in. What is that? 3 is bow starboard thruster. Let's do bow port thruster, maybe? Okay, so it seems like that's counteracting it. That's kind of station keeping. All right, so I've got a good rotation in here now. I've got 2 and 3 pressed. Yeah, so this is nice. It'll just take me a little bit of time to get used to it, but nice and maneuverable using thrusters. So that's nice and maneuverable, which makes this very usable. You know, like a tugboat like this that is kind of old-timey with a single screw. You really didn't have much maneuverability. Even a twin screw stand tug where you have 2 screws, but they're just going forward and back. You end up with, you know, you can do some more maneuvering. So having these thrusters gives it a little bit more usability, so you can actually do some of the maneuvers. So excellent tugboat. Really like it. It's nice and fast. Probably a little unrealistically fast, but again, you know, if you're not having fun, there's no point. So this is good, especially in for game. And if you want a little bit of a faster tug that can go do some of these faster speeds, just get you to things a little bit quicker. This is nice, 30 knots. You know, I tend to err a little bit on the side of realism, but the downside to that is you end up taking forever to get anywhere. So, you know, it's kind of a preference thing. So I really like this. This has awesome detailing, really functional. Really makes it so that you can. Let me try to show my engine left. Really makes it so that you can actually go do some work with it. It's not just a showpiece. You can actually go out there and push some barges with it and do some work. So I really like this. This is an awesome vehicle. So thanks again for that, Benzin. So let's go ahead back to our map. We are missing 1 vehicle, and so I kind of purposefully saved this to the end. I have to set this one up, and so I was going to kind of do a cinematic thing where I set this up, but I don't think, I'm not going to bore you with that. I'm going to kind of make this easy, I think. Let's go ahead and we'll grab one of my vehicles. Okay, where are we at here? I want save vehicles, not that. All right, so we're going to take my test rig. All right, and the reason we have my test rig is my test rig has a laser on it, and it can drive. And so instead of doing a bunch of stuff, so we're going to aim at the military vehicle here. And so we'll aim at this tank. Sorry for hitting your tank, but it is the most hardened vehicle. So this is the vehicle that we kind of want to go for. So I'm going to laze this tank. And I don't really have a good setup where I want to make sure that it's not down to my aim that causes me to miss. I want to be able to make sure I actually hit something with this missile and not have it be my fault that it misses. So I'm using a stationary laser to guide it in. GBU-24I, highly accurate laser-guided bomb. It looks really good. Looks just like a regular GBU. As stated, you know, in Stormworks, the gliding is not great. There's too much drag, so it needs to be powered in order to work, but it's still set up like a bomb. So from Phantom Raptor, laser frequency is sent via the hard point in channel 1. Now, I'm not going to do that. I already did testing. I don't have something set up. If you'd like me to test it and you have it set up to work with a particular vehicle, link that vehicle. That way I can just make it work. and I don't have to tweak it too much. Laser seeker cone is set to infrared. I'm going to change that. I'm going to shut it off from infrared because, again, my vehicle's not set up for that. I have to jerry-rig a vehicle to make this work. It's a bomb, so you have to be within a certain height and distance for it to work. From testing, it's highly effective. It says from a certain height and distance for it to work. Please specify that. I'm trying to give this a fair shake, but if I don't know what height and distance parameters you're testing with, I don't know if I'm within that. So if it misses, I don't know if it's a me problem, and I don't know if it's, or if I don't know if it's the problem with the bomb. So let me know what height and distance it's supposed to be at, please. Side note, don't use it as a ground-to-ground missile. Bomb's meant to be dropped from a plane, not a ground vehicle. The SRB doesn't have the power to carry it. If you use it like that, then don't complain it doesn't work. Okay, so I'm going to try again. I've given this a fair shake. Let me double check. I'll show you what I've done here. So I put a laser card out there. Laser frequency is set to 0. I've had to kind of jerry this. Again, if you don't give me a plane that I can connect this to, I have to kind of jerry it to work with my systems. So if you have a specific plane you'd like me to operate this with, please send it with it, and I can just plug it and play it and use the plane. So I've disconnected the frequency so that these default to 0. That's what my laser's on. I've also shut off the infrared mode. You had them on infrared mode. This way it will work with my laser setup. Again, all I need is you to send me a plane that this works with, and I'll test it again. But, you know, without an actual aircraft that's supposed to work with, I have to jerry-rig it. So, close canopy, wing fold, brake release. So we'll go give it a fair shake here. We have a laser lasing our tank that we tested. Let's go ahead and we're going to take off straight. Go select P1 while I'm here. That's all right. Gear up. So we're in my Sky Raider here. Let's so we have 2 of those on P1 and P3. Again, you didn't state what the test distance and ranges are, so I'm having to guess. So if you would include what distances you were testing this with, I can then make sure I'm within those parameters. But without that information, I could very well be out of range and not know it. So okay, so we have P1 selected. Master arm is coming on. I'm going to come around. I'm going to try to hit this. So I'm going to give it the best chance I can. I've dropped 2 already and had 2 misses. Again, the infrared was selected on. I had to disconnect the laser frequency. I shut off infrared. So this time, let's try it like that, see if it works. Again, if you want to send me a plane to work this with that reads the channel, that's fine. But I'm not going to re-jerry my stuff to make it work with it. Okay, let's zoom in. All right, so it's lasing. I can see the laser. Perfect. Okay, so that was a me issue. Again, because I had to jerry-rig this, I had to shut the infrared off. So that was the issue I was having before, was infrared was causing it to miss. I don't know what the laser is lasing at now. Probably nothing. But we had a hit. So this is working well. So I did have to jerry-rig this to make this work. That's just because I didn't have a vehicle that I knew this would work with. So let me see if I'm lasing something else. I'll pop the second one. But first try on that. It was just the infrared was selected, and my laser's not set to infrared. So that's fine. What's it hitting? Okay, it's still lasing the tank. Let's bang it again here. So we're on P3. So I had 2 misses the first run. Again, that was because infrared was selected. And we're going to go ahead and we'll hit it again. And that should hopefully you'll get 2 hits. So it seems like it was a me problem. If we get a hit this time, it was definitely just the infrared. I didn't, again, you didn't give me a plane to work with, so I have to kind of jerry-rig it. And the instructions weren't bad, but they were not comprehensive enough to convert my aircraft to it without doing some guesswork. All right, perfect. So they're definitely hitting. They're really good. That's awesome. All right, so really cool build, really cool GBUs. I really love the look of GBUs, and I'm glad somebody built them. They're very cool and have a lot of character in the way they look. Um, again, with Stormworks, we don't have that gliding physics in there. We have too much drag, so it's a cool effect anyway, even with the trail. So I like that these have to also be operated as bombs. That's really cool to me that, they have to be run like bombs because they are bombs. And so let me try to come in for a landing here. So really cool vehicles all around. I'm glad I got Phantom Raptor's missile working at the end there. It was a little bit of a problem to solve. So, my only criticism would be, if you want me to try something out and it needs a specific vehicle to operate with, or it works best with a specific vehicle, just link a vehicle for me. That way I can quickly hook it on there and make sure it works. If you had a jet that was already configured, it says right there in the description that channel 1 spits out the frequency. I had to change that because, again, I would have had to completely change my weapon system to read that. And then I'd have to find a laser and configure it to infrared. And so this way I just unchecked infrared, and now it's running as non-infrared missiles. So really good bombs. Both of them hit that once I got the infrared shut off. It was just I was not shooting an infrared laser. So I really enjoyed all the builds. I enjoyed the tank was really well done, has really great detailing. Chickensaur's mining truck is a really good, very approachable way to mine. I liked the little military Jeep. That was really cool. Benzin's tug is excellent. And these bombs work really well once you kind of figure out how to set them up. But my only request to Phantom Raptor is a little bit more on the description. Maybe some explanation on how to set one's vehicle up a little bit more. You did have the stuff on there, but I would like it to be a little bit more comprehensive. And if you want me to test something out in the future, anybody, and it works with a certain vehicle, go ahead and put that vehicle in there. Then I know that it's going to operate how you want it. It's tough for me to have to try to configure it, and then I have to test it to make sure it's working. But as you can see, let's run over here. You can see that we have missile perfectly hit. I probably have vehicle damage off, unfortunately, but yeah, vehicle damage is off. Actually, kind of glad I had it off. That way it let me hit it twice, but as you can see, the missile definitely hits. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.